Okay, pop quiz. If you've been watching Turbo Views and taking notes, you should know this. The TurboGrafx-16 is known as the blank king. Okay, pencils down. The answer... Pencils down, Timmy. Damn kid. The answer is the shooter king. I will also accept shmup, shoot 'em up, or a facsimile thereof. Welcome to Psychosis, another in the long line of shooters that helped award the console with that special distinction. Demons have taken over your mind, forcing you to wander through the evil part of your own existence. According to the manual, in the end of it all, the devil Ugar will be your keeper. Yeah, you want this guy signing your paychecks? I don't think so. You conjure up an awesome fighting machine in order to weave your way through your own crazy thoughts and free your mind. In Psychosis, you play through 5 stages, referred to as causes. Ugh. Poltergeist much? No worries, there are power-ups. The first you will collect is called the satellite, which can be controlled. It acts as almost a shield if you learn to position it correctly. Or you can spin it around clockwise to strategize the best method of taking an enemy down. It is quite an addicting little part of the game, to be honest. Certain enemies will leave behind upgrades, and many can also be increased in power a few times. W equals wide beam, a favorite of mine, which can shoot through surfaces, sometimes taking out enemies before they even appear on the screen. T equals thunder, which sets up almost a laser barrier. B equals back laser, which shoots in multiple directions. You can also increase your speed, or put up a nice handy-dandy ship-consuming shield. Obviously, when you die, the power-ups are all stripped away. You need to concoct some crafty maneuvers in order to get yourself a power-up. As a result, I would say the main objective in Psychosis is playing the game enough in order to learn to stay powered up. The game has some fun surprises, and being a bizarre shooter to begin with, they all kind of work. Statues trying to eat your ship, Lego-like blocks hindering your path, ticked-off knife-wielding end bosses. Speaking of end bosses, they are all a bit challenging but balanced pretty well. There is a nice feeling of accomplishment after taking one out. Since the game is based in our own crazy minds, the designers could conjure up a grab bag of bizarre goodies. Psychosis looks good, very colorful, very bright. The detail is nice, although the slight bit of flicker will hinder your enjoyment a tad. The backgrounds have good dimension in the first and 5th stages, almost begging for more in between. The music and sound is bizarre, but again seems to fit the theme well. The music is strange and adds a real creepy feel. The sound effects are rather pleasing, with a nice mix of samples and some fun explosions. The ship is a bit slow until you pick up a speed boost, but otherwise the controls are very good. Maneuvering the satellite is a breeze. I never became overly frustrated because of delays or issues, and this is a plus for any shooter. Psychosis will take you a couple of tries to defeat within its 3 continues, but then you get so good at it that you'll beat it within a few lives. A bit unbalanced? Perhaps, but it forces you to master the game, which I like. If you become the master, it offers you up some Psychosis World 2, and it's crazy hard. Even things you destroy attack you as they blow up. The manual does have a tip though. In the second world, learn how to pause the game rapidly to slow the action down. You have to love a game that urges you to cheat. Psychosis is an average shooter. It really isn't very long, and once you get good at upgrading and keeping your weapons, it can be a tad easy with only 5 stages. But until that time, you will have to master its learning curve and keep your power-ups. Since it was developed by Naxit Soft, the creators of the excellent Crush Pinball series, it has the variety, weirdness, and interesting quirks we have come to expect. In the end, I have always enjoyed picking it up once in a while. At least the American version is a bit friendlier. In Japan, where it is titled Paranoia, the devil truly tells you exactly how he feels. Since there are so many shooters out there on the TurboGrafx, a game really has to stand out in order to make an impression. Psychosis does at times, mostly because of its weird storyline, characters, and locations. The look is good, the sound is good, the controls are good. All of this combines for a nice, although rather short, one-player shooter for the TurboGrafx-16, where our imaginations run free and the devil flips us off.